Hey guys, movies recapped here. Today we are going to explain another Indian movie. Name is KGF Chapter 1. KGF Chapter 1 is a 2018 Indian Kannada language period action film 5, written and directed by Prashant Neal, and produced by Vijay Kiragandar under the banner of Hombale Films. It is the first installment in the two-part series, followed by KGF Chapter 2. The film features Yash as Rocky, in the lead role, while debutante Ramachandra Raju features as Garuda. Let's start.
Journalist Anand Ingolaji's book El Dorado, which detailed the events at the Kolar gold fields between 1951 and 2018, was banned by the Indian government, and all published copies were burned. However, a television news channel procures a copy and interviews him. Ingolaji narrates that government commission officials discovered gold ore in the southern part of India's Mysore state in present-day Kolar district, Karnataka in 1951. Rocky was also born on the day of the discovery in the Mysore region to a poor widow. Sir Averton, a powerful don who accompanied the officials, killed them. Anticipating the increasing Cold War demand for gold by the United States and the Soviet Union, Sir Averton deceitfully sets up a company, Naraki, on that land, bought for a 99-year lease under the pretext of mining limestone. He has 5 associates, all of whom operate away from Kilogram Force. Kamal, son of a former associate Bhargava, Rajendra Desai, and Andrews, who oversees operations in the Konkan and Malabar coast, respectively. From Bangalore, Guru Pandian, a powerful politician and president of the DYSS party, and his brother, Adhira. However, each of them has their eyes on the mines. Shetty, Andrew's underboss, is a gold smuggler in Bombay, though another rival smuggler, Dubai-based Inayat Khalil, also has his eyes set on the city. Rocky arrives in Bombay as a 10-year-old on a quest for power and wealth, as desired by his dying mother, and begins to work for Shetty. Years later, he becomes Shetty's right-hand man, and with an iron fist, oversees the arrival of African gold bars to the Bombay coast. Rocky soon rises in strength and power, rivaling Shetty's own. This attracts the attention of Andrews, who offers him Bombay in return for assassinating Garuda, Sir Averton's elder son, who is to inherit Kilogram Force after his now paralyzed father's passing. Rocky accepts the offer and heads to Bangalore, where a political event is staged for the purpose. Once there, he witnesses the sheer presence, authority, and power that Garuda commands to have the attempt averted. Previously, in 1978, at the Kilogram Force, a bedridden Sir Averton announced Garuda as his successor, overlooking Adhira, who he wants to serve as the former's aide. Aided by his commander, Vanaram, Garuda's ruthless way of functioning comes to the fore. In the present, seeing no other option to murder Garuda, Rocky soon makes his way into Kilogram Force, evading a unit of henchmen. Once there, he witnesses the brutality to which the slaves are subjected. Although apathetic at first, he is moved by an incident involving the cold-blooded murder of a mother and son at the hands of an overseer. The slaves' children hope that Rocky will rise to liberate them. Rocky stealthily accesses the map in the maintenance room during his shift and narrowly escapes death after a fellow slave sacrifices himself to save the lives of his wife and unborn child. Andrews and Desai are misinformed by their spies about the incident, attempting to let Desai and his men know he is still alive through their informants, Kulkarni and Garuda's brother Virat. Rocky engages in a fight with a unit of 23 overseers, killing each one of them to save a blind slave they were about to brutally murder. With this act, Rocky emerges as a hero in the slaves' eyes. Rocky later orders them to burn the overseers' corpses in a huge blaze, warning Kulkarni and Virat that he is ready to kill Garuda. As discussed with them earlier. Noticing the fire, an alarmed Vamaram now informs Garuda of the missing overseers. The suspicious fire causes Garuda to leave his residence, and he sends jeeps of his hitmen toward the mines to avert the imminently arriving hitmen from witnessing the slaves burning the bodies in the mines. Virat smothers Suri Averton, suffocating him to death, in order to cause a huge diversion. This sidetracks Garuda, who rushes back home, giving Rocky and the slaves time. Realizing the recent bad turn of events, Garuda orders Mahakali's ritual to be rescheduled from the following week to the very next day, stating that he will kill his father's allies as soon as the ritual is complete. The next day at the mines, Rocky seizes the opportunity, conspires, and he heads unsuspected through a tunnel to the site where Garuda has decided to behead 3 slaves as offerings to the goddess. Simultaneously, Vamaram discovers that the 3rd slave to be beheaded is still inside the palace. The realization dawns on him that an impostor, who plans to kill Garuda, has taken his place. Vamaram rushes towards the site of the sacrifice, but is too late. Upon Garuda's return to the site and sacrifice of 2 slaves, a concealed Rocky emerges and beheads him. The ecstatic slaves accept Rocky as their leader as they cheer him on. The narrator concludes that Rocky intentionally chose Kilogram Force to assassinate Garuda, thereby inspiring an army of slaves to seize it. The narrator indicates, however, that this is just the beginning. The news of Garuda's murder passes far and wide across the country. Ramika Sen, the newly elected prime minister, orders the army to search for Rocky under a death warrant. Sura Averton's brother, Adhira, who had been mentioned to be previously killed by Garuda after an assassination attempt, hears the news of Garuda's death, along with that of Anayat Khalil in Dubai. As Vamaram orders his men to attack Rocky and his army, a gunshot is fired, and the movie cuts to black. During the mid-credits, the message "to be continued" Chapter 2 is shown.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.